All right, this is 2025 question 1, titration question, the iron tablets question. So part 1 is identify a primary standard. There's a whole titration question based on this. Okay, so that is ammonium iron 2 sulfate. Okay, there's a whole titration question based on creating the standard ammonium iron 2 sulfate and titrating it against potassium permanganate. So you need to know that anyway for that titration and for this one. So 2 for the price of 1 for knowing that. Part B1, outline the correct procedure for bringing the solution of the volumetric flask precisely to the 250 centimeter cube mark. Okay, so we don't need all the details about making up to the mark. We just need, so what I'm thinking of is dropper, drip, drip, drip into the conical flask. I've got the mark there. We've got the meniscus there on the mark, and we're viewing it at eye level. So what I'm mentioning there is add dropwise until bottom of meniscus is level with the mark. And then I'm going to mention 2 things. I can say use dropper in case this mark's going for mentioning that piece of equipment, and view at eye level. Okay, that's my diagram there. So it's all in the diagram, but I don't think you get marks for that kind of diagram, but that's just to remind me I'm using a dropper. I haven't labeled it. So if I labeled it, I'd get marks. But dropper, adding dropwise until the bottom of the meniscus is level with the mark and viewed at eye level. So I would get marks for that diagram if labels were added. Okay. So I'm just going to get rid of that, just leave myself some room for writing in. Part 2, explain why using more than one iron tablet in the 250 centimeter cube solution increases the accuracy of the analysis. So explain why using more than one increases the accuracy. So it lessens or decreases the percentage error, because and that's because more or a greater volume of KMnO4 is needed. Okay, so if you used one tablet, then there'd be a very small volume of KMnO4 that would be needed in the titration, but because we're using 6 tablets, we're adding more KMnO4 solution, so that lessens the percentage error. Okay, so those 2 points there should get you the full 9 marks. B part 2, yeah. So C part 1, name the piece of apparatus used to accurately measure 25 centimeters cubed. So that is the pipette. And you could see if you get some bonus marks just in case some are going by also saying use a pipette using a pipette filler. Okay, that's all you got to do there. Part 2 of C, describe how this piece of apparatus was rinsed before use. Okay, so I'm just going to say rinse twice. I need to say more. Okay, so I'll say the first time it's rinsed with deionized water. You'll have to write it out in full. I'm just saying DW there. And then the second one is solution it will contain. In this case, it's the solution that was in the volumetric flask, the iron 2 solution. Okay, but it's fine, just say the solution it will contain, just to get rid of any drops of the deionized water, so it contains only the solution that it's pipetting, just for greater accuracy. All right. Explain why the addition of an indicator into the conical flask was not required for D part 1. Not required because the KMNO4 is the indicator. This is an example of autocatalysis. Yeah, so KMNO4 is the indicator, and it will, don't have to describe it there because it's asked in the second question, what's observed at the end point. Okay, so at the end point, well, I'm going to say what's observed initially, colorless, okay, but that's not really needed, but just showing where I'm coming from, colorless to a, well, what I'm going to say permanent faint pink. Okay, so the pink is it'll disappear a little bit when it is approaching the end point, but when it gets to the end point, it'll be permanent, a permanent faint pink. So it's the first permanent faint pink. That's what you see at the end point. And then part 3, describe what would be observed in the conical flask if insufficient acid was present. Okay, so for part 3, we'd see a brown color, which is the Mn4 plus precipitate. Okay, so what this reaction is doing, we got the 7 plus, that's the KMNO4 manganese, that gets reduced to Mn4 plus, which is brown, if there's incomplete reduction, and if not enough acid was added, then it doesn't get further reduced to the Mn2 plus, which is colorless. So that's what we'd see, incomplete reduction. We just see the brown color of the precipitate. Right, on to the calculation question. Now, I just pasted part E below the first part, so it doesn't look like this in the exam question. Part E, all the other parts would be in here, A, B, C, D. But this is just to give us some elbow room for writing in. So the first thing that I do is, well, I encourage you to highlight the important bits in the question. Okay, so the total mass of the 6 iron tablets, and that was transferred to a 250 centicubic volumetric flask. Okay, so I'll be going through this process, excuse me, at the start when I'm first looking at the question. So yeah, a good example of a bad example. I should have done that initially, but just because in this question, this is the time where it's most important. This is the time where you need it, because we're going to use this information to help us with these calculations. So I'm going to write out the reactants that are involved in a titration. This is what I'd do each time in a titration. Write out the reactants, and then the information that I want to get is molarity, volume, and N value. And I get a table. Oops, daisy, that's not so. And these values, why I'm choosing these parameters, that's just from the titration formula of M1 by V1 over N1 equals M2 by V2 over N2, where we choose which solution is 1, which solution is 2. It's arbitrary, so long as you keep to it. And we can do a formula approach to find out the missing value. We'll have 5 of the 6. And we can use a formula to determine that, or we can use the first principles approach. And I favour the first principles approach. So that's what we'll do in this one. So now I need to harvest the information. So what I've got for the manganese, the potassium permanganate is it's 0.01 molar solution. Okay, that's given here. And then the volume of it is 22.5 centimeters cubed. And the molarity of the iron, we don't yet know. We'll determine that. And the volume is 25 centimeters cubed. And then the N value, that's got from the coefficients. So there and there. Absence means it's 1. And there's 5 there. And so now I could plug that into the formula to get the molarity of the iron 2 solution. But what am I being asked to do? I'm asked to calculate the number of moles of manganate 7 ions present in 22.5 centimeters cubed. So the number of moles present in this volume here. So I'd start with the molarity. Molarity is moles per litre. So I know if I've got a litre, 1,000 centimeters cubed, I've got 0.001 moles of MnO4 minus. And then I want to find out how many moles are in 22.5. So I find out how many there are in 1 centimeter cubed by dividing both sides by 1,000. And above and below cancel to give me 1. So now I've got 1 centimeter cubed equals 0.01 over 1,000. And keep track of what I'm talking about. I'm talking about moles and I'm talking about MnO4 minus. And I want to get them in, determine the number of moles in 22.5 centimeters cubed. So 22.5 centimeters cubed. To determine that, I simply multiply this by 25 or 22.5. 22.5 times 0.01 over 1,000, and that's going to give me moles manganate MnO4 minus, and there I get 0.000225 moles MnO4 minus, and just so I don't lose track of it, I'm going to say in 22.5 centimeters cubed. So that's my answer to that part, and that's correct. And in these titration questions, you use your answer in successive questions. So I'll probably be using that in part 2 here. Calculate the number of moles of iron 2 present in 250 centimeters cubed solution in the volumetric flask. Okay, so now I've got the number of moles here, and I'm going to use that, or the balanced equation, to determine the number of moles in 25 centimeters cubed, and then I'll just multiply that by 10 to get the moles in 250 centimeters cubed. So I'm going to use these values here. It's a 1:5 ratio, so I simply multiply that by 5, and that will give me the number of moles in 25 centimeters cubed of the iron 2 solution. So multiply that by 5, and that gives me 0.001125 moles iron in 25 centimeters cubed. And then I'm going to multiply, because I need to get it in 250, so I'm going to multiply that by 10, and that's just lose a 0 there, so I get that number of moles of Fe2 plus in 250 centimeters cubed. And that's my answer to, what was it, part 2. Correct. And then part 3, maybe change a color pen. Calculate the average mass of iron 2 in 1 tablet. Okay, so now I've got the moles of iron in the solution, the 250 centimeter cube solution, but what gave rise to that? Let me just check. 6 iron tablets with a total mass of that, I'm going to use that, were used in the creation of this solution. Okay, so I want to get the average mass of iron in 1 tablet. So this represents 6 tablets. So I'm just going to divide that by 6. Divide that by 6, that gives me 0.001875 moles of Fe2 plus per tablet. Okay, because I've divided by 6 because there were 6 tablets, and this is the number of moles of iron tablet, and I want to calculate the mass. So now I need to use this important formula, possibly the most important formula in leaving cert chemistry. Number of moles equals mass by mR, or AR in this instance. But so the AR of iron equals 56, get that from the periodic table, 56 grams per mole. So to isolate mass, I'm just going to multiply both sides by mR. So I'll get mR times N equals mass. And that is 56 grams per mole by 0.001875 moles. And that's going to equal my mass. The moles cancel out, and 56 by that value gives me 0.105 grams of Fe2 plus per tablet. And now I'm just going to make myself some space up here. I'm going to get rid of some of this just to make a bit of room on the dance floor. Bear with me. Okay, so now I'm going to do this final part. Calculate the percentage by mass of iron 2 in one tablet. Well, I've got the mass of iron in a tablet, but to calculate the percentage by mass, I need the total mass. So the total mass of 6 tablets, that was 2.496 grams. That was given in the question information. So I need mass in one tablet, so I divide that by 6, and that equals 0.416 grams per tablet. And I've got this value here. That's the mass made up of iron in that tablet. So to get the percentage mass made up of in the tablet that's iron, I have 0.105 grams divided by the total mass of one tablet, 0.416 grams, and then multiply it by 100 over 1 to give the percentage, and that gives me 25.24%. Of the mass of the tablet is made up with iron. Okay, Sinead.